listen, Danny, we're going to talk about wardrobe weeding in just a moment. But before all that, I'm dying to know what you made of the style at the Golden Globes the last night.
Oh, God, fabulous. It's back, fashion. And particularly the men. The men really served it up. Barry Keoghan, or... Keoghan, yes. I'm not pronouncing it properly. Elocution coming. Lads, his outfit was a bit different, a bit off. You would swear he was the one that won the Golden Globe Award for Best Actor.
Because there were so many photos of him everywhere in the suit.
Yeah, he dressed so well. It was by Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, sorry, there I go again, starting giddy. But it was brilliant. Before Christmas, we were on about brooches and the men wearing brooches. He actually had one on his suit. And I suppose it was a red, almost... It wasn't bolero type, slightly longer than a bolero type jacket. It wasn't your typical red carpet tuxedo, but he served it up with measures and a half.
It's kind of anything goes now, isn't it?
To a certain extent, yes, Deirdre, but he made such an impact. It was as if he arrived or whatever. Even down to the pearl necklace he was wearing with the Peter Pan collar in the shirt. That is... I wouldn't wear a pearl necklace around my neck. A lot of the younger men are. It's something that has come out of the clubs in London. I must have been hung in a former life because I don't like anything really around my neck. I'm the open buttoner when it comes down to it. But I'm
sorry, Dan, I'm just trying to picture if you
with a pearl.
If you walked in here for the fashion slot wearing a pearl necklace, I think I'd pass out with the laughing.
Well, we do a lot of laughing as it is, Deirdre.
We do.
But you never know. One of these days I could come rocking a different look. But I think he was so brave in his choices as well. Do you know, the women are at it all the time at these award ceremonies, and it's lovely to see the men doing it. And again, there was another lad that came up. It was like a Miami Vice with his white suit, like a T-shirt, and you know, it would be Miami Vice. That was brilliant as well. But it's amazing the amount of men that did have their brooches on at the award ceremony as well.
I thought, and I know her outfit was a bit controversial, I thought Taylor Swift looked amazing.
Lovely, yes, they did. She
had, how would we describe it, a shimmery green, very, very, very bright green dress on. It was different, but I think it was a bit Marmite. You might have hated it. Personally, I liked it.
I loved it. And again, that'll give us a hint to what's coming in for the spring, summer. And even going into the autumn winter, even though I was buying yesterday and I kind of kept away from some of the green because I had it last season, and it's going to be one of those big colours for spring summer. But I thought it was a brave choice. We haven't seen that colour around for a while. I think she got it right. What I loved about it was there was excitement coming into fashion again, because the Oscars, we'd normally cover that. There was nothing there in the Oscars. It was very, I'll wear whatever I like. Billie, the girl that won the prize, she was a singer.
Billie
Eilish. Her outfit was horrendous. She was the worst dressed. I'm sorry.
I'm going to have to Google that now in the ad break.
It was oversized, ill-fitting. She had a black blazer on that was about 10 times too big. It was boring, and then the skirt didn't really match with, I didn't think, the outfit. It made her small, it made her wide, which she isn't. I think she made a hames of it. My favourite, Helen Mirren, Dolce & Gabbana, she wore. Again, she wore that lovely pinky purple along the outside of the jacket, and this beautiful dress. It was gorgeous, a lilac dress. It was stunning. Like, you'd go on, she must be in her 80s now. She looked as if there wasn't a wrinkle in her eye. She used her colour to the best advantage. And even, I've always admired her, and she made my international best dressed. She'll make it again this year unless someone comes around and moves it.
Anyone else stand out?
There was Hannah Warrington. she wore a lovely...
Oh, from Ted Lasso,
yes,
Hannah Waddington.
Waddington, yes. She wore this beautiful... It was like a real old Hollywood-style dress. It was black with body contouring going on it. I thought that was fantastic. And again, one that wore a very simple dress, again, dare I say it, in black, was Jennifer Anderson. It was a boob tube on top. She was sensational. It just proves that you can wear a lovely, non-fussy dress, plain simple
and still
design.
stand out.
And yeah.
So everyone except Billie Eilish gets the thumbs up.
Yes, they do. And there was another lady that wore a Philip Tracy hat and a Dior dress. It was like the old Hollywood star that she was. But I since found out the reason why she was wearing the headpiece was an add-on, which I thought was a real fashion statement. She had a wee bit of an accident and she needed to cover up
an injury.
An injury.
A scar or something.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I suppose this is just the start of the awards season. We've had the Golden Globes, the Screen Actors Guild, we still have the BAFTAs and the
and we
Oscars.
still have the Oscars, and the Oscars should be the big one.
Yeah.
But I just felt thereafter upping their game again.
And not before time.
Yes, because again, it's almost, and again, there was one that was wearing the Barbie pink and the lighter pink. These are some of the colours that are coming true, and pink is going nowhere even for autumn winter. Even autumn winter next year. You're always in style anyway.
I'm anything but I'm wearing...
Oh, don't be so...
I'm wearing pink today and my special elephant scarf.
For look, yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Danny, we're going to talk about wardrobe weeding. Now, it's a time of the year, we all know everyone's going on diets and fitness regimes, but it's also a time of the year when people do a lot of decluttering. Mm-hmm. And there isn't a whole lot happening in January, so it's a good time of the year to get your wardrobe sorted out.
Oh, it definitely is. And like even myself, I have too many things in my wardrobe and I can't see the wood from the trees in it. So I'm off next week and that's one of the jobs I'm going to do. Get down to sort it out.
Well, tell us how you do it, so we might learn something.
I'll try and pare it back as much as I can. I try to keep my work clothes in one part and my bit of leisure at the other, which I need to expand more in my leisure end, because I never seem to have enough of it. But to maybe cut back a wee bit on my blazers, my suits and stuff like that, but also mix it in. But what I think is so handy is to get an outfit together and put it on the rail. So it's just a case of going in, grabbing it. My biggest problem is, and everyone else's, clutter. And it is getting the right hanger for the right piece of garment of clothes as well. If it doesn't fit me, it goes. If it is something I haven't worn in a while, it'll go. Unless it's something very special, like a suit I got made or something that has a memory that I don't want to get rid of, or I will wear it but not as often. And again, the quality of the material, I'll hang on to stuff like that because I can go and get something remade into something else, and I've done that quite often as well, because of the materials that are being produced now. They're not up to the same standard that they used to be.
Yeah, and funnily enough, I don't know if you were listening to Talkabout yesterday, but we had a lovely couple from Cordial.
Oh, I saw it. Yeah. Oh, the dress was gorgeous.
It was amazing.
And it was...
and they were just saying, both of them, that both his suit, which was tailor-made for him, and her dress, they were still, the material, they were still in perfect condition 50 years later.
It is, but again, that was... Again, that would be like your big top designer material now, where before we could go down the road and get it. It's like my tweed suit that I got made as a treat for myself from Kerry Mills here outside Killorglin. It is the same thing with there, and it stood the test of time. Even her outfit, it was lovely, even to get rid of the cape and the basic dress. She could wear that now going to a wedding or even get married again. It was stunning. Same with his suit. It was gorgeous. It was oozing quality. Yeah. And we don't get that. And it proved the end of time. It didn't deteriorate either. And when you have a good material, it doesn't deteriorate like some of the cheaper things that are around today.
Back to the wardrobe weeding.
Sorry.
Okay, so you open your wardrobe, and I'm visualising my own in my head, and you see all this stuff looking out at you. So what's the first thing you should do?
Give yourself time. Pull everything out. Go through it one by one. See the condition of it. Does it need repairing? Is it worn? And importantly, yes, if it still fits.
You see, I think most women in particular have 3 or 4 pairs of trousers or maybe a couple of dresses, and they're like, well, that, I'll get into that again when I'm back at a size 10.
Do you know?
Hang on to that in case I lose that half a
This
stone.
is my argument now to counter a thing. It might take you 2 or 3 years or 4 years or however to get back into that size. In the meantime, that garment could be gone out of fashion. Particularly if it is from the time. And that is, if you take it like property, it is, what way will I put it? You're taking up valuable space by having it in the wardrobe. If it's not been worn in 2 years, just be realistic as well. Give yourself time. Maybe book a day off for yourself and go through the wardrobe. It isn't one of these things that you can go in and do it in 10 minutes. If you think you're going to do it in 10 minutes, you'll do it wrong. So give yourself time. Be patient. Try on everything. Examine it. Is it too worn? Does it need to go? Particularly, we might have a favourite jumper. It might only be to wear around the house. You wouldn't be caught dead outside doing the shopping. Do you know, have you got too many of them in your wardrobe? If you do, get rid of them. Or my favourite one is, sure, I'll hold on to that when I go painting. And try only go painting once or twice a year. And I have 2 or 3 different looks. I won't say looks, but things that I could wear. But again, do you know, a painting trousers is a painting trousers. You only need one. Same with a top. Same with a
we all keep a lot of just in case of.
Yes, it's getting rid of that just in case and being more practical and being more realistic as well. And cut it down. Go for your capsule, for your work, for your play, and for your good wear.
Okay, so you're saying we'll say the work clothes in one wardrobe?
One part or one wardrobe if you can afford it. I tend to go to one part because if you have different wardrobes, again, it's an excuse to overload. Stick to the one wardrobe. Stick within season as well. I know we won't be getting rid of the winter woolies at the moment. We're only really getting our winter now. But at the same time, it's always good to edit at no matter what time. But because of being a new year, new you, if you declutter your wardrobe, you're decluttering part of your life as well.
And there's almost like a psychological benefit to that, isn't there?
You can say that, yes. And that is the most important thing. Even for yourself in the morning when you're rushing, you can grab your clothes quite easy. Even the night before, just double check, get your thing together, put it in the outside of the wardrobe, you're ready to go.
Yeah.
Even myself, I have stuff now waiting outside the wardrobe to go into the wardrobe, but I can't fit in any more into the wardrobe till I get it out. And it is keeping it streamlined. I have a habit of seeing something, I buy it, put it into the wardrobe, and before I know it, it's full up. But what I should be really doing to maintain it, take 2 items out to put 1 item in.
Okay. Now, a granny from Tralee was in touch to say she too thought Barry Keoghan looked fantastic at the Golden Globes, and she says how much she's enjoying the show. Now, I'm not sure whether I should read this next one out or not. Someone texted in to say Gillian Anderson's dress was appalling, covered in vaginas. What?
They must have been at a different one. Then there must have been a different dress changed later on. But going into the red carpet, it was plain black, plain and simple. Actually, yeah, it's plain and simple. I definitely, because I did take a screenshot of it just to make sure. I don't know, are we talking about the same? There was a small bit of sculpture around the boob, but you didn't see a boob, or I wouldn't call it a vagina by any.
Yeah. I think it was probably weird. They're nodding at us from the next studio anyway. So we're going to have to we're going to have to have a look at that. Actually, one of my colleagues says it was a lovely dress, very subtle, you'd have to look very close. So there must have been some kind of vagina pattern on it. This is bizarre.
Come here, Radio Curry will have to send me out to LA to make sure I'm coming back with the right stories from the pictures.
Yeah. Okay, I'll see if I can get your expenses sorted.
Yeah, Fiona. Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Okay. That is really strange.
Yeah, it is. Again, I didn't see it, and it was quite a close-up as well, because I love going in, even with Barry's suit, to see the detail close. That has shocked me.
Yeah, hold on a second now. Somebody has just sent in a screenshot of said dress. Oh yeah, I see. Is it white?
No, black.
No, okay, I'm looking at the wrong thing. No, it's white, and I can't see anything that one might interpret as. Anyway, I think we should move on.
Do you know fashion is interpretive? But I didn't think that would cause so much controversy.
Yeah, but apparently there is, according to this newspaper, the pattern on it did feature said body part.
No, that's it there.
No.
I call it love hearts rather than a vagina.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, sorry. This is like, oh yeah, but come here. Thank you for contacting us. We all have our. I must go in a bit closer.
Yeah, no, definitely white, Danny. Everyone is texting me now with pictures of it. No, that's the wrong one.
That must have been a party one.
Definitely white, definitely white. And it's actually something that was trending on Twitter at one point, Gillian Anderson vagina dress.
Okay, I must have the wrong picture brought up. So sorry, I apologise. Yeah.
Anyway, I think we better move on.
Causing controversy.
Very quickly from that. A listener says, is cosmetic jewellery or large neck pieces back in fashion again, as a lot of it was worn at the Golden Globes?
Yes, it is. The statement jewellery has really gone nowhere. It's harder to get, and I suppose that's why a lot of the stars were wearing it compared to what it would have been a few years ago on the high street. But the chunkier bits are coming back, yes.
Okay, so don't throw your custom jewellery out.
No, particularly the chunkier ones, because they are harder to get.
Now, why did you bring in coat hangers, Danny, for this month's session?
Right, I know you'll probably say they're empty, there are no clothes on them. This one, it is all putting the right hangers with the right clothes. This would be for something softer, if it's viscose, and it's so skinny. And there's no slip off these ones either, so they won't fall to the bottom of the wardrobe, hopefully not. But it is space to take up the right space. But you wouldn't put a blazer on this, because it wouldn't, you'd be better off with a chunkier hanger like this. Because of the shoulder pads, it won't put your jacket or your coatigan or cardigan out of shape. Particularly the coatigan cardigans. It's very important that you store your clothes in the proper hangers.
Is there any place for a wire hanger today?
No, unless you're breaking into a car.
Okay.
That's the only thing that's for, or coming from the dry cleaners. But these kind of velour hangers have taken really over from that. They're more for flimsier, where you might have white shirts, put all the white shirts onto something like that. You can get 4 or 5 of them. It saves space. A lot of people think, I'm going for a timber hanger and that will do everything. Knitwear should be folded, not hung. And the other thing is, for flimsier items, keep away from your timber hanger, or even for your blazers, because it will leave a mark on them.
Okay.
The best thing to do with your blazers, particularly if there's a shoulder pad on it, or these bigger ones, it might take up a bit of space in the wardrobe, but it's worth it, because your jacket, and particularly suit jackets, will not be out of shape.
Now, sticking with wardrobe weeding, Danny, are most of us not getting enough value out of what we have in our wardrobe, because we're slow to kind of mix and match pieces?
Yes, we're slow to experiment. Say like a jean and a navy blazer. People go for white all the time, but they should go for pink. Mix it up a wee bit. Put a colourful scarf around it. Plus as well, we don't utilise our clothes enough. They say 20% of the wardrobe we don't wear at all. I would actually argue it's a lot lower than that. We should go in mix and matching, even from suits. We wear it as suits, but we should break it up and wear it differently. I have a habit of wearing a waistcoat from one suit, a jacket from another. I mix it up, put it under my jeans or put it under a different colour trousers. We don't use enough. We don't shop in our own wardrobes enough when it comes down to looking for stuff. And that is another part of wardrobe weeding. Sometimes we go back, we have a favourite white t-shirt or shirt, we'll go and buy another one. We buy another one. So we might end up with 10 or 20 of the same item inside in the wardrobe.
A listener says, this is Mary, she says she has a tweed coat hanging in her wardrobe that is 30 years old and it cost her £100 at the time. She said, would I be laughed at if I wore it now?
No, you would not. And actually, my wife has one that'll be around the same. When she brings it out, people admire it. You will not be laughed. Certainly not. And with the vintage vibe that's going on at the moment, where youngsters are I shouldn't say youngsters. Younger people are raiding their grandmother's wardrobe for those particular tweed pieces that have really come into vogue at the moment. If anything, you might be asked a question, where did you get it? If it's old, just because it's old doesn't mean 'tis old-fashioned or 'tis out of fashion.
She could maybe get it dry cleaned and
dry clean,
get
yes.
a nice scarf to
and
brighten it up.
Change it up. Yeah, you can look at it. Actually, the one my wife has fur cuffs that can come off and a collar. Sometimes she doesn't bother with the collar of the fur cuffs, or she'll go with the fur cuffs, but you can always put something else over it. In a scarf as well. Maybe with a tweed, sometimes there can be 2 or 3 different colours. Looking close and maybe pick out one of them. If it's green, sometimes there can be yellow or a turquoise. Just pull out the turquoise to give it another lease of life as well.
Now, before we finish on wardrobe weeding, Danny, is there any... You're obviously going around as a boutique owner to various shows and buyers and all that around Europe. Is there anything that we could maybe definitely consign to the charity bag at the moment? Any particular style or look or colour that's kind of had its day?
Right. I'm going to be kilt what I'm going to say. It isn't the style or whatever that has its day. It's where the shape of the garment doesn't suit you anymore. It's like breaking up with a boyfriend or a husband or a wife. Sometimes that... your shape has grown different to the garment that's in the wardrobe. But I know what you're saying. I'm looking at it a different way, because what someone considers nice themselves should have been thrown away. It's like holding on for something too long. And it really depends on shape. At the moment, there are browns coming in. There are colours that haven't been seen for a season. So you have to be very careful in what you're chucking out as well.
And what about shoes and boots and that? Any advice on weeding them from the wardrobe?
Again, if you haven't worn them in 2 years, apart from maybe your occasional stuff, because we don't go out as much as what we used to dress up, just be careful. Hang on to your neutrals, but if there's a funny colour like a browny green, get rid of it.
Okay. Very good.
Just be realistic. See what colours are in the shops, see what will go with what you have in the wardrobe as well, before getting rid of something. But do get rid of. The biggest thing at the moment is the higher heels. That is the one thing that should be chucked in the bin, because very few people can walk in them now. People are out of practice. They're the one thing I'd say.
Yeah, so the heels are getting lower.
They're getting lower and chunkier they're getting. People want to walk again. I know you'll say thing, but people have become very practical, and it isn't just the older generation or age group, around the middle. It is some of the younger people have copping on. They want comfortable, feet.
Okay, fair enough.
Shoes in their feet.
Danny, I think that's it for this month, and thank you for those pointers. Actually, you make me feel like going home now and just throwing out half the things in my wardrobe, because I'm a terrible hoarder. So hopefully you've inspired a few people out there. And of course, remember as well, the charity shops are only crying out for stuff.
Oh, they are. And do you know, visit even a charity shop for some of those lovely tweeds as well. You can be quite surprised what you'd find in there.
Yeah.
And it might inspire you to wear something else you have in the wardrobe as well.
Yeah.
A lot of the fashion designers, again, at the moment, and we can see it even with the Golden Globe Awards, they did go back into history to see some of the stuff that has been done, but have put a different interpretation on it.
Yeah.
Us people, or I won't say us people, the people that wear fashion, we can do it just as well as the designers. Sometimes we just have to take our blinkers off to see.
Be a little bold.
Yes, and don't be afraid of what would Mary down the road think of me. Are you happy with your look? If you are, go out and show the world.
Great stuff. On that lovely positive note, we'll let you go for this month. But next month, I'm really excited because I know lots of the spring stuff will be coming in, and we'll be talking about trends and colours for spring, summer 2024. But for now, we'll let you go, Danny.